Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to do regular arena and we're going to take on defenses that have Tianlang, that have Kinky, or have a Nemesis healer. Or Nemesis traps, or maybe a combination of all of those. So basically guys, for the first one we're going to take on this Nemesis healer, and of course there's Ariel. Ariel has a very low base speed, and there's also Kinky there. So we are going to Lucian, and of course for the full length of this video I'm going to try to clear things. I'm going to try to kill things as fast as I can. So here we're going to double Lucian this. I showed you my runes, and guys, remember, Nemesis runes work by pushing up the attack bar of the unit that has them based on the amount of damage that they receive compared to their total HP. Which means that if a unit has a lot of HP, you can deal tons of damage to it and the push will not be too high, especially if the base speed is low. So for an Ariel to cut me, maybe they need to have triple Nemesis runes, not double Nemesis and will. So it will be very hard for the opponent, especially if they have HP leader. Now we're facing a Tianlang defense, and I'm going to try to Tableau Jamar this, but guys, this will not end well, because they combined it with Halfas, and it will be very difficult for this particular team to win against the Halfas, because we will rely on actually killing everything, and then have to heal lock Halfas with the first kill of Lucian. So we won't be able to kill Kinky, bypass the Molly's passive, and also kill Halfas. So this was not a good choice, but I decided to include this because, you know, this is actually the fight that I felt through the whole video, so I wanted to include this anyways. So yeah, we will move on to the next one. And here we're using the speed leader of Xingmei because their Praha is actually scarier than Ariel, given that she has higher base speed and lower HP, which means that the pushes from Nemesis runes will be higher on her. So we are going for a speed lead, and remember, if we have a speed lead, we increase the speed of our Lucian, which means that it will be harder for Praha to cut us. And we have the push from Bernard. So guys, if you are struggling to aim for the speed that I have on my second Lucian, then what you should do is actually, if you can skill up your Bernard. And remember, the third skill of Bernard, when you skill it up, it will push more. So that's a little small advantage that you may get in order not to get caught. And of course, when you have an HP leader, as in this situation, then you can actually use your Bernard leader and use a double Lucian. And remember, the first Lucian that moves, it will be better if he doesn't deal as much damage as the second. I will aim for about 8k per card in a normal situation. So that's pretty much it for that kind of thing. And here we're going to use the Bernard leader skill again, because they have Darion to mitigate the damage they receive. Therefore, I will need all the damage that I can get in order to actually kill that Praha, and I may not even be able to kill her. So yeah, if I kill her, it will be really close. Yeah, we did. That was amazing. And we only killed her because Darion died before she received the third strike there, guys. If you replay this fight on slow motion, you will see that the third attack on the Praha was higher than the rest. And that's because Darion died to the second card that I throwed with my second Lucian. Which was great, you know, and that's something that many of you may not know. So it's good to be into this kind of situation. That's why this kind of video is great, because you're facing a ton of things that have the same mechanic, but with tiny different things that can happen. And now here we have that, this is a crazy defense. So we are relying on RNG in order not to miss every crit due to Akroma's passive. So yeah, we did not miss the crit, and that's it, we won. But sometimes it's actually worth taking the risk. You can win this one really fast, and if you're struggling during rush hour and you find a defense like this, maybe it is worth it to take the chances. And yeah, especially if you are on the last minute and you need a fast win. Well, this can be your fast win, or then you can stall and wait for the timer to end, and you know, maybe it doesn't count as a loss. And we are already in Conqueror 3 rank. Now we're moving on. Remember that we started in Conqueror 2. Now, this is my friend, and we are moving on to killing a Tianlang. And I don't see a speed threat here, so I went with this. And remember guys, Tianlang only has an attack bar increase when you get an attack bar increase. So if you use attack bar reductions, like Tableau, then nothing will happen. Two other units that attack bar pushback are Triton and Chiwu, and also you can combine them with something like, for instance, Poseidon, who also has an AoE pushback. So yeah, that will be the way to take on these kind of defenses that don't have a huge speed threat, you know, because you can actually outspeed them. Of course, with the Triton, then you don't care about the speed threat. Now here we go with the attack leader anyways, because they have HP leader again. So we are going to try to double illusion this with our strong team. And well, we rely on actually killing the Juno too, which we could not. And having Juno and Halfaz there will be almost impossible for us to kill. Juno is amazing on defense, as is Halfaz. So guys, it will be very hard for us to do this, and we will lose this one. I forgot that I lost this one too, and of course I include the losses as well, so I want to make this as clear as possible for everyone. So yeah, and guys, you may see jumps on my ranking due to actually me taking on different comps that don't have Nemesis healers in order to climb higher and find stronger Nemesis healers, Tianglangs and Kinkis. And against this defense that we're facing, you see that I used the leader skill of Bastard because they have a leader skill from Praha. And even though I used that, I still procced the Nemesis and got outsped, got cut. However, that team doesn't have a clear threat apart from the Wind Monkey King. So Artamiel is not a huge threat for this team. And of course, he's based on defense and this time doesn't have an HP leader. So his HP was not that high and we were able to win this anyway. So if I lost this one, then I will return here with a Shimite leader. And that's it, or maybe even with using Julie instead of my fast illusion. And here the process will be the same, there is no speed threat, so we're going with Shimite, and you know, we will deal moderate damage with Shimite and then kill everything with Lucian if things go well. And we didn't manage to actually kill that, so this will be a longer than expected fight, but we can win this. And we found another Kinky, so we're going with the very same team that we used before, but we're going with Julie instead of Lucian, because we want to kill that Vanessa. So Yeah, she's on will, so that means that the third skill of Julie will deal additional damage on her. And remember that additional damage based on your stats are great artifacts for your Julie in order to make her deal as much damage as possible with each of her cards. And here we're facing Kinky 4-on-1, and we were able to destroy him really easily. Remember to have as much accuracy as you can for the skill 2 of your Bastet as well, and of course additional damage based on speed on your Bastet will be great too. Here we're facing another Tianlang, and this should be super easy with our double Lucian team. Well guys, here we're facing a actually speed trap, and they have a Nemesis healer as well, which is Praha. So guys, here we're going with the same team that we use usually against this kind of threat, because the base speed of Bernard is higher than the base speed of Raccoony, and therefore we can be on a similar spot to them with a lesser speed leader, considering that we have similar runes. So on similar runes, then we should be able to win this. And yeah, we did. We sped, and maybe our runes were better. Now here we're going to use a double Lucian with Bernard leader, because they have HP leader, a huge HP leader on water from Ariel. I don't, guys, if you watch this video carefully, I don't like Ariel as a Nemesis healer because of his really low base speed. You will need to actually give him very bad HP runes, very low HP runes, and it's really hard to make him cut unless you give him triple Nemesis. And yeah, triple Nemesis is not something that you are always looking for. I think Praha is much more versatile. She can build on Nemesis and Despair, or double Nemesis and Will, and she will actually heal and control the full team, the full enemy team, when she procs the Nemesis. So yeah, I like Praha more. And here we have another of the usual Nemesis threats, which is the Light Pioneer. However, that Light Pioneer has such a huge base HP that's really hard to make him cut the opponent. However, what you can do is make him revive your full team, which is crazy, and he will most of the time, because our regular double Lucian most likely won't kill him. So for these kind of situations, I am actually thinking about building another Lucian that can actually deal more damage than my faster one, and that way having two Lucians that deal about from 10 to 12k each, that should be able to kill that kind of defense. You know, guys, that will be dealing about from 60 to maybe 76k damage, 72k damage, sorry. And not many units can survive that. However, I'm afraid of not being able to actually not proc the Nemesis with that team. But for that particular defense, I thought that it may be useful. But yeah, I will have to actually build another Lucian, the Lucian number 5, which will be crazy. Now for this one, yeah, we have the Nemesis healer by default, which is the Blue Druid. The Blue Druid has Nemesis runes incorporated to his third skill. So if you deal more than if any of the opponent units is left with 40% HP or less, then he will get a full attack bar, which means that he will cut you. So you want to deal little damage on your first kill, and then with the second attack you should deal a ton of damage. Or maybe come here with a Fat Lucian with an attack leader, so that it can wipe the Blue Druid and the other unit. Here I went for the Shimite and Lucian combination and it went well, but it only went well because the Rika dirt. If Rika had done Rika things, you know, that times that she actually AoE stuns you, applies dot, then starts proccing sleeps with skill 1 and taking a million turns and killing your full team, well, then it will have gone really bad for me. So I won only because of RNG. Now we are on Guardian 2 already, and we are facing these kind of defenses, and we don't care about Water Ryu much, because you know Water Ryu tends to derp all the time. I think over 50% of the time Water Ryu derps, and the times he doesn't derp, well, he's facing... Actually, the only thing that will bother me is for him to strip the attack buff on my Lucian, which is Wind Element, so he has a chance of lancing, and I have the million buffs, or actually stripping the wheel and pushing back the attack bars, which requires a ton of RNG. So I am not scared of Water Ryus on defense unless they come with something scary alongside them. And here they had a Nemesis healer, but there is no real threat for me in that defense, so I can actually fast cleave it. And you know, during rush hour finding defenses like this is not that easy, but when you find them you have to take them on, and it will be a fast win for you and getting points much faster. And here I do the same. I go for the higher base speed of my Bernard, so I trust on my runes, and I trust on actually the mechanic and the percentages of the Swift set, plus the Swift, plus the attack speed leader, plus the attack speed buff from your towers, which means that I can bypass the attack leader difference with the base speed difference of my units. So that way I can outspeed things that have higher speed leader but lower base speed. So that's the concept there, and of course there was a Kinky that we could actually defeat pretty easily. And this one I faced on purpose because, you know guys, this Ariel has an HP leader, and you know, this defense doesn't make much sense. It's one of those defenses that you use up to Saturdays, and on Sundays you can't use this kind of defense on Guardian 2 or Guardian 3 ranks because, you know, it's a super easy clear. But that Ariel didn't cut me, even with a Leo, to limit the speed of my team. So yeah, that was not funny at all. Now we're facing a very interesting one with the HP leader of Artamiel. That Pioneer should be super hard to kill, but his Nemesis will not proc enough, of course, but we won't be able to kill him. Now he's displaying 3 all-in at fight, which is amazing. This is a very fun defense to fight, and yeah, we have to be patient, and if that thing doesn't have Violent Runes, if the Pioneer doesn't have Violent Runes and procs a lot and heals the full team, then we should be able to deal with this without many problems. Guys, I'm only daring to take on this one with the speed of my tableau, because they don't have a speed leader. However, if you actually build your tableaus with better runes than mine, which most of you can do, then yeah, that you can take on defenses like this, even if there is a Ryu speed leader. And of course, the Ryu will cut you, but as I always say, he actually is a water unit attacking wind unit. So most of the time he will not do well. We are rank 35, so guys, I will show you the runes right now. And yeah, that was a nice climb. I must tell you guys that I completed this climb and went up to Guardian 3 facing these kind of defenses later. So yeah, I did this climb as fair as I could, and you know, I hope this was useful for you when you're trying to face these kind of defenses, because as you will see, last week I did a rush hour video and I was ranked 110 or something, 115. I was one fight, and actually I was 30 seconds away from being Guardian 2. And yeah, I faced a lot of defenses like this, and these teams worked during rush hour too. So here's my defense, and well, I showed you the runes of the unit that I didn't show through the video, of course. And guys, thank you very much for watching this. If you have any questions about the game, let me know in the comment section and I will be very happy to reply. See you all in the next one, guys. Bye bye.